Matt, first win of the season, terrific one at that. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, we don't do things in half measures. Obviously, probably had what should have been a result a few weeks ago, and we let that one slip. But then today you go against league leaders, and we throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at it, and managed to get the win late on in the game.
Changed the shape for this one, went to a back three, which I haven't done for nearly a year. Was it forced upon you, or was it something that had been in your head?
I think we debated against when we played teams of Royal Wootton Bassett's level, how they've exploited us before, how we were going to avoid that. So we were kind of forced into it more than anything. But, I'll take the plaudits on that one. It came off. But no, I think today it was the right game to go with that shape, and we'll see for the future what we do.
I thought started really strongly as well, and important to get that goal when you're in the ascendancy from a set piece. It was a really good delivery before that from Amy Key, and then the second one right on the money, and a great header from Abby.
Yeah, I think one thing we spoke about at training in the last few weeks is our set pieces haven't been there. We haven't been defending them very well. We haven't really attacked them very well. Even the delivery hasn't really. I mean, the last game here, we put 2 or 3 on the roof of the net, and we didn't have it there. So we just said to the players, just calm down. Just that little bit, just focus on the fundamentals again of it, and little things like if it takes you 40 seconds to a minute to take your corner, you have to do that. But they did that brilliantly today. The deliveries were on point, and yeah, I think actually when we had other set pieces, it looked like we could have nicked one. And defending them, I think for the majority of the game, we looked quite comfortable in that zone. We were attacking rather than sort of stepping off, and yeah, still work to be done, but it was much more comfortable today with that.
Yeah, I thought defensively probably the best performance of the season against a team who scored 7 a couple of times already this season. They knocked the ball around nicely, but bar the goal, largely restricted to half chance, and the goal pretty avoidable, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the goal was unlucky. It was just in one of those zones, and it was, if it's higher, believe it or not, I think the keeper tips it onto the crossbar. Lower, I think she receives it. It was literally the perfect spot to where it was awkward to get your hands to, and the had enough power on it to sneak through, even from where the free kick was taken from. That free kick, everything about that was just the most awkward positioning for us to deal with. So, we were gutted it went in, but the players showed fight to keep going and keep working hard. And I agree, I think defensively it's probably the best we've played, and I shouldn't have expected anything less when you've got a back three, including the players we have. And yeah, really impressed with them today.
That's what kept you in the game at 1-1, and then snatching a stoppage time goal, a terrific through ball from Ashley Harris, and really well taken from Amy Key.
Yeah, I think we were saying on the bench that the goal comes even before that phase of play. In previous weeks, I reckon when we went a goal down, we might have just sort of settled for the draw. The players didn't want the draw; they kept fighting for it. And there's stages of that attack where we weren't letting Wootton Bassett out. We kept pushing, forcing them to make bad mistakes at the back. And there was a moment you're sort of going, "Oh, this could come off here." And like you said, just took that one sort of moment of hope where we managed to get a nice pass through, and yeah, even down to the shot. Other weeks, I don't think we would have slotted that away. So yeah, fantastic from all of them.
Home again. This is the first of 3 home Sundays in a row. Ridgeway next week, who are struggling thus far this season, but teams lower end of the table are proving that they're going to be a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, I think we have to learn our lessons from last season. I think last season we had Portishead come here, who were bottom of the league at the time we played them. They won. Woodspring came here, by the time we played them, they were bottom of the league and they got a draw. And when you look at games like that last season, they were the teams that actually were the only ones who really came here and caused us any problems. So we need to make sure we're not in a position this season where we can take a game for granted. We need to go out there, work our socks off, and I'm convinced Ridgeway are probably one of those teams where it just hasn't clicked for them yet. And sometimes coming to a place like Twerton Park where you've got the stand around you, sometimes that boosts you that little bit more. It's almost like a cup final day for some teams, and they step up a gear. So we need to be prepared, and we're going to work hard. And like I said, we're not in a position where we can take our foot off the gas now.
Just a final one, you've got a couple of new compatriots in the dugout with you. Explain who's come on board.
Yeah, so we contacted a gentleman called Graham. We've been talking with him. He's our new goalkeeper coach. He's come in from Larkhall Women. They sadly folded, but we didn't waste time in messing about, and we took on what we needed there. And straight away, he did a fantastic job with the defensive unit and the goalkeeper. So yeah, that was brilliant there. Callum's come in as a sort of a cover coach for Adam, because Adam has gone away to Australia for a little bit. I'm hoping that if we can get him emotionally tied in over the next 3-4 weeks, that he's going to stay on board for the rest of the season, which would be brilliant as well. And then obviously, when Adam comes back, it means we've just bolstered that coaching lineup a little bit more, and really does sort of help us sort of get detail to the right players. I mean, I won't go into too much depth about what happens in the changing room, but when there's only a couple of coaches in there, you end up talking broadly to the team and some of the detail gets missed, whereas now we can break it down a little bit more and give the correct detail needed.
Yeah, an excellent afternoon for Bassett women. Well done on the win. We'll let you go off and enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So, Abby, first win of the season for Bassett and your first goal for the club. You must have thoroughly enjoyed your afternoon.
Oh, I loved it. Like, I think we needed a win. We've been saying, like, now, obviously, the first one, it feels so good. And nice to get a goal in it as well. But I think the atmosphere after that game was just amazing for us.
Not surprised, and you got the ball rolling 10 minutes, a header and a perfect delivery from Amy Key, and it was just willing to go into the back of the net.
Yeah, no, loved it.
Had you had any instructions on set pieces going forward?
Yeah, we go for it every week. It's always, well, for me, it's always the same. Just sit in the middle, wait for the ball to come in and just attack it. And obviously today it worked out. So
new shape today, the 3-5-2. Did you enjoy playing in that?
Loved it. I think we're so much more compact at the back now, and we can play out, give it straight to the midfield, and it's just it is a little bit less pressure on us because we have more players there to pass out, and it just made the play so much easier for us.
Yeah, I thought we defended really well this afternoon, and then it was worth it for nicking a last-minute winner. So I had a great view of it and enjoyed it with the rest of the players.
Yeah, that was good.
And looking back, actually, you joined from Wells last year, where I thought you excelled against us in 2 games. So did it take much persuasion to join Bassett City?
Yes and no. To start with, I did say no to Matt because obviously I was at Wells since I was sort of like 6 years old. But then he told me what his plans were for this club, and it did seem too good to turn down. So it was good.
And you must be loving life so far. Pretty good start season.
Yeah.
We'll end on that note. Great chatting to you, Abby, and well done for the goal and well done for the win.
Thank you.